Hey, son, and welcome to Scandinavian Echoes. This is Jeanne Widman, and it is the weekend of Saturday, June 10th, and Sunday, June 11th, 1995. And if you're listening on Saturday, we're broadcasting on WTHE 1520 from Mineola, Long Island, New York. If you're listening on the Sunday show, we're on WVNJ 1160, broadcasting from Teaneck, New Jersey. And I hope that you like the music that we have picked out for you for this hour of Scandinavian music. You know, normally here on Scandinavian Echoes, we get about 13 to 15 numbers in on an hour, and we like to feature Scandinavian music from all the different countries. But every now and then we are very lucky to have a special guest or special guests in the studio at Scandinavian Echoes. And today is again one of those days because we are still coming off of the Music Fest that was held Memorial Day weekend, and I have sitting right here in the studio my good friend from Øvrebø, Norway, Odd Tom Risdal. Velkommen.
Hey, Jeanne and Randy, it's so nice to be here.
And it's great to have you back at Scandinavian Echoes.
Thank you very much, and you better believe I have been enjoying my stay here in New York, and special the fest for your father in Bud Lake.
Yeah, thank you.
And it reminds me, and many things reminds me of the good old days when I lived over here. But you know, that's many years ago now.
Yeah.
So I hope that you understand what I'm saying, because this is going to be a mixture of English and Norwegian.
Oh, you speak very good English.
No, you know, I'm a big squarehead, you know, so you never know what's coming out
well,
here.
If you are at a loss for some words in English, you go right ahead into Norwegian. That's fine with us.
I'll do.
Yeah.
Because I think that will happen.
Well, you put us on the spot last summer when Randy and I were in Norway. You were kind enough to take a chance and have us on your radio show.
Oh, folks, I got to tell you that I had a good time when Jeanne and Randy was in Norway last year. Well, as you say, I am on a radio program in Norway. It's a local radio that have a big, what do you say, ranch?
Yes, a ranch.
Yeah, and that program, believe me or not, they called me and said, you have to send that program over again.
Really?
Yes, and I understand why. Because it was so nice to have you there, because for the first time, I could talk with you and your husband,
yes.
Randy,
yes.
about your father.
Yeah.
You know that I'm taking care of Scandinavian music over there, because
wonderful.
I'm talking about the gammaldans now.
Mm-hmm.
And what your father had been recording, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, many record. You, Tom, were the singer on all of the sing-along in Norwegian albums.
Oh boy,
yeah.
I had that.
We play you on the radio very often here. Everybody knows Odd Tom Risdal.
Thank you very much.
Oh, yes. And now when we were on your radio show, we were also reminiscing about Hans Berggren.
That's right.
Who had Scandinavian Echoes for over 50 years.
So when you asked me to come on this program, my first thought was picking one of his songs that
yes.
he made with your father years ago.
Yeah.
And that is an old famous, it's not, I wouldn't say gammaldans, but
no.
it's like
it was a novelty song, and it was a popular one.
That's
right. I know the one you're talking about because
yeah.
you told me you were going to pick this out. I'm going to have Odd Tom Risdal help me pick out all the music for this show today. So why don't you go ahead and announce the first tune for today's program?
Thank you very much, Jeanne. I'd like to do that. And then we start out with Urmakaren.
With Hans Berggren.
That's right, and your father, Walter.
Okay, take it away, Randy.
Strand, for dem som ikke vet, en liten vakker sørlandsby. Kan de tenke dem det skjønne stedet, nå blitt hjemsøkt av en uvesky. Den siste gangen som vi hadde manntall, var byen vokset lille bitte grann. Det var en ørmaker som kom fra Mandal, som har ikke hendt for ned i Tvedestrand. Den umakeren og forlydet kom også synden inn i Tvedestrand. Til han var simpelthen en stor forbryder, som lave tyveri og ille brann. Han hadde kjeder av gull på maven, hvem skulle tro det var noe galt med han? Som hadde silkevest og skinn på kraven, som har ikke hendt for ned i Tvedestrand. det lejet han av bakerholdt. Det skulle tyde på en god moral. Men tenk at klokkene som fyren solgte, hadde han stjålet bort i Arendal. Men tenk, i går natt ble vi rent forstørra når 20 kroner fra vår bank forsvant. Så nå skal bankbestyren losse døra, og det har ikke hendt for ned i Tvedestrand. Så stjal han alt det vin fra presten Valtes. Ja, han har drukket opp hvert bitt og smitt. Så hele Tvedestrand går nå til alters, for presten har ikke anten akevitt. Så stjal han veska ifra Jomo Sandal, så de som bruker henne dann og vann, de må ta rutebilen helt til Mandal. Sånn har ikke hendt for ned i Tvedestrand. Nå synes Tvedestrand det var på tide å skaffe byene av med dette by. Det var hyggelig å gå og vide, en har en underverden i sin by. Så stjal han ordenen fra Rydde Jørnsen, men da de kom og skulle til å ta han, så stjal han buksene til politi Sørensen. Sånn har ikke hendt for ned i Tvedestrand. Jeg har en god venninne, frøken Kluge. Hennes dyd var hennes stolthet, men selv den forsvant en kveld i forrige uke. Det er en skam med den umakeren. Hun hadde prøvet på å låse loftet, og låsen den var i den beste stand. Men han stjal nøkkelen, og han kommer ofte. Sånn har ikke hendt for ned i Tvedestrand.
Ja, tusen takk. That was the one and only Hans Berggren, host of Scandinavian Echoes for over 50 years.
Okay, folks, that was the logo for my program back in Norway. But I got to tell you, Jeanne and Randy, that I'm so happy that you are continuing this Scandinavian Echoes here in New York. I know that your father took it over, and when he passed away, the two of you have taken it over, and
Yes.
it's so nice that you do this.
Thank you very much. We're happy to do it.
Well,
Happy to do it.
I'm pretty sure that you got to be proud that you can do it.
Yeah, and I tell you, we have quite a collection. We actually have Hans Berggren's records, and of course I have my father's collection, 8-track and 78s, 45s, LPs, cassettes, and now we have CDs, and we really have quite a bit to choose from. So we hope to keep Scandinavian Echoes going a long time, and we hope to have you back here as often as possible.
Well, I got to tell you that I think I have played every melody that your father have recorded that I have.
Really?
And that is also quite few, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
And people over there, they are always asking me to play. You know, he was the happy guy. He played...
yeah, real peppy. You could not sit down when you heard his
no,
music.
no.
Never.
No. Your foot was moving all the time. And sometimes I was asking people, no folks, clean up the dining room or whatever it is, like grab your wife and have a dance.
Yeah, well, I know we're very often having to move the furniture around here so we can take a dance when that music starts. So we hope very much to keep the Scandinavian music going here in the New York metropolitan area, and in America for that matter.
Beautiful.
And that's why we have this music fest in my father's name, because it is our hope to preserve and celebrate Scandinavian music in America.
Right.
And with your help and all the help of our Scandinavian Echoes listeners and all the people that love this kind of music, this can be done. We have to thank you very much for being at the Music Fest. Did you have a good time?
Oh, I sure had a good time. And don't forget, it started last year. And,
yes.
I got to say, it was very sad. I had a sad feeling the first year.
Well, that was more like a memorial in a way. And this year, couldn't you feel, though, that it was more of a celebration? And the music was really going.
Yeah.
It was true. And you got to sing to the accompaniment of Artie Carlson and then Hasse Telemar, who recorded with my father so many recordings as well. He came, which was terrific.
We really had a good time up in Bud Lake. And I hope that it will be better and better
Yes.
for years to come.
I hope so. We
And,
certainly are already planning Music Fest 96 Memorial Day weekend.
Yes, and I will try to get some Norwegians too coming
Please,
over
that'd be great.
Next year.
I have heard that the Oslo Trekkspiels Club may be coming.
Yes, that's right. I
Yeah.
also heard that.
Yeah.
And if I'm lucky, I will get somebody from Sørlandet too to come over. Because you know
wonderful.
I come from Sørlandet, the southern part of Norway.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, there isn't too many accordion players in that area like there is on the east
Oh, I see.
part of Norway.
More on the east side, huh?
Well, we have Lindesnes
Oh,
Accordion
yes.
Club.
Oh, they are popular around this neck of the woods.
They sure are.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it wouldn't be... maybe they will come. You
That
never
would,
know.
No, I'm going to get in touch with that group for sure. I have just received their new CD, and I'll be playing some Lindesnes Accordion Club as well. But now it's time for some more music. So let's pick out another tune,
Yes,
Tom.
I have picked one too now that we was playing all the time in Sons of Norway. I'm talking about Sons of Norway on 8th Avenue, and everybody know that
in
that was
Brooklyn.
the big dancing hall.
Oh, every Saturday.
This was back in the 60s. And,
Yes.
well, I came over here in 63,
Yes.
and I was told that it started many years earlier. But even in 63, you had to stay in line to get in there.
Wow.
And I started to sing and play with your father in 64.
I see.
And there was one song that everybody was asking for, and maybe special in the springtime.
I see.
And that was When Når det blomstrer I Hardanger.
Ah, we know that one.
I suppose you understand the title of...
Yeah, when the flowers are blooming in Hardanger.
That's right.
Okay, why don't we take that one right now? And
That's it.
This is you singing and my father playing,
That's
Walter
right.
Eriksson.
And we made that one back in, I think it was in 79 or something like that.
Okay, varsågod.
Mellom fjorder og snekledte fjell ligger Hardanger så skjønn. Kveldssolen sender sitt siste farvel, hyller alt inn i en drøm. Når det blomstrer i Hardanger, finns der ingen plass på jord som har slike vakre farger, når alt står i blomsterflor. Mellom fjord og høye fjeller, ned i dype dal og li, når det blomstrer i Hardanger, det atter sommertid. Det blir atter sol og sommer, det blir lys i skog og hei. Da min kjæreste jeg kommer, full av sommersol til deg. Hva gjør det om høsten kommer, med sin sure vind og blest? Det blir atter sol og sommer, det blir atter liv og fest. Hva gjør det om høsten kommer, med sin sure vind og blest? Det blir atter sol og sommer, det blir atter liv og fest.
Oh, holy mackerel, Jeanne and Randy. I did a big mistake. I forgot it was a medley.
Oh, yeah, well...
But it doesn't make any difference.
No,
huh?
but there was a nice medley.
It still had to do with the spring.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
flowers.
the flowers,
In
yes.
Hardanger.
That's it.
Yeah, it was a
You're
beautiful
getting
one.
pretty good on Sørlandsk now. You have that R.
Yeah.
R.
When I'm talking Swedish, I have to roll the R's, and when I'm talking Norwegian, it comes right from the throat.
But your father was very good on that.
Mm-hmm.
He could speak with everybody from north to south.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, in Norway, the dialect is very different.
Yes.
But I never understood that he had problems to understand anybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he did very well. And a lot of people asked me, where in Norway was your father born?
I have a story now.
Do you?
Yeah. Maybe you don't know this, but when I came here to New York in 1963, I started to take singing lessons from Agnes Purdy.
Right.
That is third generation Norwegian.
Yes.
And, well, I don't forget that. She said, hi, Tom, you have a lot of stuff that you know. And she also understood that I was singing popular songs like Gammeldans and stuff like that.
Right.
So one night she said to me, you have to see Walter Eriksson.
Uh-huh.
Walter Eriksson? I said, no, he lives in Sweden. Because I knew all the accordion players.
So
I was listening to Swedish radio. Believe me or not, I was not listening. Certainly I was listening to Norwegian radio too. But Sweden, Svensk Radio, that was the one that had all the stuff that I loved.
Oh.
So my radio program
Yes.
had red lines. What do you call it?
You were
in other words,
outlining what you wanted to listen to.
You
So you thought Walt Eriksson was a...
I knew all the names. Ole Jonny, Andre Walter,
Ricky
your
Lööf.
father,
Yeah.
Ricky Lööf, do you name them?
Yeah.
So then she said, no. He lives in Brooklyn.
Isn't that
You must
something?
be kidding, I said. So then Agnes called your father
Yes.
and made an appointment that I should meet him in Sons of Norway.
Oh, I
a
didn't
Saturday
know
night.
that.
You didn't?
No.
I
And
don't
the
for-
rest is history.
I don't forget it. I was
No.
shaking, I tell you. And I was shaking hand with Sven Tollefsen
Yes.
and the charming guitar player that they had at that time.
Oh, Tony, the guitar player.
Tony, yeah, he was Italian, a
Oh.
kindly and friendly man.
And I know that my father liked you right away. He heard you sing, and that was it. And then you started singing with him almost every Saturday night wherever he went.
I did.
Yeah.
For 7 years.
Yeah.
More than that. But I mean, the 7 years I was here.
Yes.
And then, since then, you know, he'd been back and
Yeah,
forth to
yeah.
Scandinavian, and we had quite few TV programs, radio, and
Wonderful.
and so forth.
Well, for those people that have just tuned in, you are listening to Scandinavian Echoes, and I am very pleased to have with me right here in the studio from Norway, Odd Tom Risdal, who did many, many recordings with my father, Walt Eriksson. And we had a very nice Gammeldans at the Danish Club just last Friday.
Yes.
We called it the 60th Street and 8th Avenue Sons of Norway Hall, just like the old days Gammeldans. And that place was rocking, wasn't it?
It was so fun to be back in the Danish club.
Yeah.
I hadn't been there since 1970. No, 1970.
Wow.
That was the last time I was in the
25
Danish
years
club.
ago. Well,
Yes.
it was about time. The Danish Club has been a very faithful sponsor of Scandinavian Echoes, I will have you know. So I say thank you very much to the Danish Club and to Raiden. But let's have another tune now. Odd Tom, help me pick out something that you like from one of the albums, the sing-along albums.
Listen, I have picked one song here that I learned when I was I don't know how old I was. It was just after the last World War.
Uh-huh.
There was many Swedish movies. You know, during the war, there was no movies in Norway.
I say.
Maybe there was some Germans, but not for kids.
No.
Like I was at
I
that
see.
time.
Uh-huh.
And then there was a Swedish movie that came on. And in that movie, there was a song called I min egen lille drømmeverden.
Oh, In My Own Dream World.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
It was, I don't forget it. I was almost crying. And since then, I've loved this song, and I still sing it.
And you recorded it with my dad.
I did.
Okay. And now, is this a medley? Are you going to make a mistake
No,
again?
this is
another
not a
medley?
medley. No, it isn't. So this time I'm sure it isn't.
Okay, let's hear it then, right now.
Okay, here we go.
Great.
I drømmers gyllne spinn jeg fanges ofte inn. Det en drøm om lykke som lever i mitt sinn. I min egen lille drømmeverden gror violer opp og glemmer jeg. Og der leker barn på grønne enger, mellom roser danser solen lyser fra en himmel blå. I min egen lille drømmeverden, der skal kjærlighet og lykke alltid rå. Men sørg ei blomster små, for dere må forstå at dere skal bli med meg når jeg skal ut og gå. I min egen lille drømmeverden vandrer jeg omkring i blomsterflo. Det er ingen nød og ingen sorger, aldri får du hårde ord. I havens store trær små fugler synger om alt det vakre som jeg tenker på. I min egen lille drømmeverden, der skal kjærlighet og lykke alltid rå. I havens store trær små fugler synger om alt det vakre som jeg tenker på. I min egen lille drømmeverden, der skal kjærlighet og lykke alltid rå.
In My Own Little Dream World. That was a beautiful tune, Tom Risdal.
Yes, I think so. And I don't forget it.
No.
And that movie was so touchy.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to explain it, but
Yes.
I remember it so well.
Sounds like good memories.
Yeah.
Well, you are listening to Scandinavian Echoes on WTHE 1520 from Mineola, Long Island on Saturday, and WVNJ 1160 from Teaneck, New Jersey on Sunday. And now, Tom, we're going to hear from our sponsors that make this show possible.
That's right.
When you travel SAS round trip across the Atlantic to Scandinavia, you can see more of Sweden, Denmark, and Norway for less with the SAS Visit Scandinavia fare. You can fly SAS from the majestic fjords of Norway to Copenhagen's Little Mermaid for $80 or less by buying from 1 to 6 coupons. Certain conditions apply, so see your travel agent or call SAS at 800-221-2350. SAS, the airline of Scandinavia.
The Scandinavian Ski and Sport Shop in New York City wants you to know that besides great skis and ski equipment, they have a full line of other sporting goods such as tennis gear and roller skates. The Scandinavian Ski and Sport Shop is located at 40 West 57th Street in New York City. That's between 5th Avenue and Avenue of the Americas. Stop in and see the large selection on 3 floors of sporting paraphernalia, or call at 212-757-8524 for more information. For all your sporting needs, visit the Scandinavian Ski and Sport Shop in New York City, right down the block from Carnegie Hall.
For news about Norway and Norwegian America, there's a great weekly newspaper called the Norway Times. They are always up to date with the latest news. Norway Times is a great media in which to advertise your company, product, club, or event, reaching thousands of Norwegians and Norwegian Americans across the USA. To get an issue or to ask about subscriptions, call the Norway Times at 718-238-1100 and tell them you heard about it right here on Scandinavian Echoes. Can't find lefse, jedust, lingonberries, fiskabulla, fish pudding, or a krumkage iron at your local supermarket? Of course not. But Nordic Delicacies of Bay Ridge, Brooklyn can ship these items and many more of your Scandinavian favorites to your home or your tante's home in Florida or anywhere in the USA. Stop by Nordic Delicacies at 69th Street and 3rd Avenue, Brooklyn, or call for a free brochure at 718-748-1874. Outside New York, toll-free 800-34-NORDIC. A piece of Norway in the heart of Brooklyn. That's Nordic Delicacies.
Thanks to our sponsors, Scandinavian Ski and Sport Shop in Manhattan, Nordic Delicacies in Brooklyn, the Norway Times newspaper, and SAS Scandinavian Airlines. And if you'd like to contact Scandinavian Echoes to be a sponsor, or perhaps you would like to have a musical request or a special greeting, please contact Scandinavian Echoes, P.O. Box 0712, Baldwin, New York 11510. Again, the address, P.O. Box 0712, Baldwin, New York 11510. Or you can call or fax 516-868-7290. Again, the number 516-868-7290. And this is Scandinavian Echoes, and I am sitting here in the studio with my good friend from Norway, Odd Tom Risdal. Nice to have you here, Odd Tom.
Thank you very much, Jeanne and Randy.
And
it's so nice to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. You're
I'm
becoming
enjoying
a regular.
every minute.
And during these commercials, we had another good friend who was stopped by. I didn't know he was coming, and it's Arthur Carlson. What are you doing here, Artie? Welcome to the show.
Nice to be here. I just happened to be in the neighborhood.
Oh, sure.
So I thought I'd stop in.
That was a really, really nice surprise. I hope you don't mind that we'll get you in on the show here for a little bit.
No, I don't mind at all.
That would be great.
It was nice to see you, Artie.
Nice to see you too.
Yeah, well, you two have been playing together.
Yes, I have been singing with Artie even in the 60s. When I
Yes.
lived here, I sang with you, a few times.
Few times.
Yeah, I remember in, I don't remember exactly where, but I know we have been pulling around a little bit,
maybe,
you know.
maybe was it? Could it have been back at the Norway Hall on 60th Street? Artie, you have played there a few times.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I played there several times. Once with Eric Olaf, at least once, and then
Erik Olaf. That was the story when Erik Olaf came in and they said, "Are you Norwegian?" And he said, "No, Rheingold."
correct.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, we told that one before.
Yeah.
And also, I played with Bill Hendrickson, who was a drummer, and he needed an accordionist, and he hired me on a few occasions.
Yeah. Oh, Bill
Yeah, we
Hendrickson.
were-
He used to play the drums and throw the drumsticks up in the air,
Yes,
didn't he?
yes,
I remember
yes,
that.
I believe he did.
Yeah, and his two daughters are very active up at Vasa Park in Bud Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy and Carol.
Yes,
Hendrickson.
I met them.
But I gotta say, it's so nice to listening to you, because when I listen to you playing, it reminds me of Walter.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can
that's
hear
a
it.
compliment.
You
Thank
have been taking lessons from him for years, I
Thank you.
understand. Don't understand, but I know.
We have been saying that when Artie plays here and there, you can really hear my father's music come out, because he's been playing in his style. And
And you are
nice
a
to
great
have
leader
that.
now for
Yep,
Suck.
and now he's the
Yeah.
band leader of the Scandinavian Accordion Club.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I always thought since I was a teenager that I wonder how Walter played the way he did. And when I went to him, I was still in high school for lessons. That was really the reason why I went there, because I was interested more than before. And he inspired me, and that was way back in the 50s. And I think I've come a long way since then, but Walter's always inspired me. I just thought all my life that is the way to play, his style. I mean, nobody told me to say that.
Yeah.
That's the
It
peppy
came
Yeah.
from within, and maybe
Yep.
it does come out
Yeah.
when you think that way and
Yeah.
you practice his style
Yeah.
or lean towards the way it should be done.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, I am looking here at a bit of Scandinavia, the cassette with my father's picture on it. It's that famous one with the red jacket. And I've been asking you, Autumn, to pick out the songs, but this time I'm going to pick out a song. And it's from that album. And the song I have picked out, I am dedicating to my husband, Randy, who is sitting right here with us engineering the show. He doesn't say too much, but he does a lot of work. And this weekend, June 10th, is Randy's birthday. So I'd like to play a tune that my father wrote for Randy, and it's called Randy's Polka. That was Randy's Polka by Walter Eriksson. So happy birthday, Randy.
Happy birthday, Randy.
Happy birthday, Randy.
And we have another birthday on June 10th is the exact day. Randy shares his birthday with another musician that lives in Franklin Square, Long Island. We talk about him quite often. He came from Sandviken in 1958. Erik Olaf Eriksson. You know him, Artie,
Yes,
of course.
I've known him, I don't know, 30 plus years.
Yeah.
And I played with him in Aina many times.
Mm-hmm. And how about you, Tom?
Yes, I met Erik Olaf back in the 60s
You
when
did?
I was there. Sure, I even sang with him
Oh, you
a
did?
couple of times. Yes, I
Oh.
remember I did that in Sons of Norway, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Because at that time, if your dad didn't play there, I think they played every other
they alternated
Saturday.
or
Yeah, they
something.
yeah.
Mm.
I remember they did that one year.
Yeah, that was a busy place, that Sons of
Oh.
Norway Hall.
Very good.
Lots of good music came from
I
there.
think they would
Oh.
get over 400 people every Saturday night.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It's really
Wonderful.
the most popular Scandinavian place in Brooklyn, I
Yeah.
You
think.
were
for-
standing in line to get in there.
Yeah.
You had to be there at 6 o'clock in order to get a table.
I used
Yeah.
to go there when I wasn't playing, when I was free.
Really?
I enjoyed it being
Yeah,
there.
and I went there as a kid. I remember it being a great big hall, and
Mm.
we used to have lots of fun running up and down the stairs, and a lot of good hiding places. I remember
Yeah.
Sons of Norway Hall. But anyway, Erik Olaf Eriksson is 80 years old on June 10th. How about that?
That's a wonderful age. to be.
Yeah, so we're going to wish Erik Olaf a very happy birthday from Scandinavian Echoes, and this greeting comes especially with a lot of love from his wife Ingegerd and his two daughters Yvonne and Karina and their families and all his grandchildren. And the request is to play Magdeberge Vals, written, composed, and played by Erik Olaf Eriksson. Happy 80th birthday, Erik Olaf. Grattis på 80-års födelsedagen, Erik Olaf Eriksson. And I'm here at Scandinavian Echoes studio with Arthur Reed Carlson and Tom Risdal.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes.
miss.
Artie, I know that you have to leave very soon. We pre-record this show, and Artie really did just stop by quickly. So during the commercials and during this last number, I asked you to pick out a tune if there was something you really liked.
Yes, there is.
Artie.
Yes, there is. There's a waltz written by Benny Andersson called Vals efter Ephraim Andersson.
Uh-huh.
And that
I
is
know the
one of my very, very favorites.
Yeah, that's a pretty one. We've been having a lot of fun playing that together and a lot of other tunes lately.
Yes, we have.
And before you go, I'd like to tell the listeners that you and I and Randy will be at Swedish National Day celebration on Saturday, June 10th, at the Swedish home in Staten Island from 1 to 5. Perhaps you're listening to the show right now on the way to Solheim, Staten Island. And Artie, you will also be at Sons of Norway Ruold Lodge's 70th anniversary.
Yes, that's the following day, on Sunday, the 11th.
Right.
And I believe it's in New Hyde Park.
New Hyde Park Inn.
New Hyde Park Inn.
In the afternoon. And then everyone can go home and listen to Scandinavian Echoes Sunday night at 7 o'clock. Unless, of course, you're listening to it now and it is Sunday. In any case, let's get to that song, Artie calls. I'd like to say thanks for stopping by.
Oh, it's my pleasure being here.
Okay, Artie.
Always.
Come again very soon. Let's play Artie's favorite tune by Benny Andersson.
Okay, Artie, and I'm looking... Excuse me, I got to shoot in here before he leaves, and I am longing to meet you again in Ransäter, Sweden, in July.
I'll be looking forward to it.
Nice to see you there.
Nice to see you.
All right.
Finnair has the only daily non-stop service from New York to Helsinki and provides express connections to destinations throughout Scandinavia. So if you're planning a trip to Scandinavia, Finnair's got the connections to get you there fast. On the way, you'll enjoy true wide-body comfort and Finnair's award-winning service. For information or reservations, call your travel agent or Finnair at 1-800-950-5000. That's 1-800-950-5000.
For news about Sweden and Swedish America, read Nordstjernan, the weekly Swedish newspaper. Nordstjernan is a great way to advertise your product, organization, or coming event, or to find out about the latest Swedish news, or even to practice your Swedish. Nordshannon reaches thousands of Swedes and Swedish Americans weekly. To receive an issue or ask about getting a subscription, call this easy toll-free number, 1-800-82-SWEDE. Don't forget to mention Scandinavian Echoes when you contact Nordshannon. A longtime sponsor of Scandinavian Echoes, C.A. Hansen and Brothers Travel Bureau of Bay Ridge, Brooklyn invites you to stop in and see their new location at 7012 Fort Hamilton Parkway between 70th and 71st Street. For individual attention and the best prices for all your travel needs, stop in or call 718-833-6300. Again, that's 718-833-6300. Du kan snacka norsk med Wenche eller du kan tala svenska, fråga för Britta. Call today and find out about spring and summer packages to your favorite Scandinavian city. Since 1897, C.A. Hansen Travel Bureau of Bay Ridge, Brooklyn has been speaking your language.
Okay, hello folks. Listen very careful now. I'm only going to say this once. I'm going to try to make a commercial for the Danish Club located at 741 65th Street in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. Wants to remind you that they are in full swing every week, and the restaurant is open Wednesday through Sunday, featuring Scandinavian and American food, delicious home-cooked meals at good prices. Why not have a special birthday, anniversary, dance or wedding at the Danish Club on 65th Street between 7th and 8th Avenue in Brooklyn? Call 718-745-9334. Again, the number is 718-745-9334. There will be live music on Saturday, June the 17th, beginning at 8 p.m. Visit the Danish Club, and when you do, be sure to say hello to Reidun. Hi Reidun, manager, and tell her you heard about it right here on Scandinavian Echoes. Welcome everybody.
You're listening to Scandinavian Echoes with Jeanne Widman, and we are on WTHE 1520 from Mineola, Long Island on Saturdays, and WVNJ 1160 from Teaneck, New Jersey on Sundays. And if you'd like to contact Scandinavian Echoes, please write to P.O. Box 0712, Baldwin, New York 11510, or you can call or fax 516-868-7290. And I'd like to say thank you very much to the sponsors that we just heard from: Nordshannon, the Swedish newspaper, C.A. Hansen Travel Bureau, Finnair, and the Danish Club. I'd like to say thanks to our sit-in announcer for today, Tom Risdal, who did the Danish Club commercial. Excellent.
I hope that I understood a little bit of what I was trying to say.
Oh, yes, I think you did a very good job. Very good job. And I have to announce a few more things coming up, Tom. June 10th is Swedish National Day celebration at the Swedish Home in Staten Island, starting at 1 p.m. And Sunday, June 11th, is the Sons of Norway Ruald Lodge 70th anniversary, happening at New Hyde Park Inn, starting at 2 p.m. And on June 12th, which is a Monday, there is a special celebration on Park Avenue. Some of the restaurants are putting their gourmet food right out on Park Avenue, and the Swedish Consulate's residence located at 64th Street and Park Avenue will be serving some Swedish food right there, Park Avenue, 64th Street, starting at 12 noon until 2:30, and I will be there squeezing out a few numbers on my accordion. Mm-hmm. Also, I'd like to remind everybody to pick up a Newsday on June 11th. This Sunday. Randy and I are featured on the food page. There should be a picture of us there serving up some Swedish meatballs. That's this Sunday, June 11th. Pick up the Sunday issue of Newsday. And on Saturday, June 17th, the Vasa Folk Dancers of New York will be celebrating their 45th anniversary with a picnic and a dinner dance at Vasa Park, Bud Lake, New Jersey. And on Saturday, June 24th, it's the annual Midsummer Celebration in Randolph, New Jersey. And on Sunday, June 25th, it's the 55th annual Sweden Day celebration at the Monhem Club, starting at 11 a.m. And any of these events, you can contact Scandinavian Echoes, and we'll give you all the info. So what do you think about all those dates,
Oh,
Tom?
holy mackerel, that's a lot of things going on.
Yeah, we don't fool around in this.
Well, it's nice that you can announce it over the radio so everybody gets to know what's going on.
I hope so.
Yes.
So now you were here last weekend, Tom. You are the last musician to go back home to Europe after being here at the Music Fest. We saved the best for last, huh?
It's been so nice to be
Yeah.
here. I got to say that once again.
And we had an awful lot of fun last Sunday. You were here for my daughter Nicole's confirmation and Chad's birthday. He was 16. And we had all the musicians here.
Mm-hmm.
And you were teaching us the chords to a special song, something about a banana boat. And we've got to play that now on the air. But tell me the story about that song.
Well, it might be hard for me to translate the words, but it was made just after the last World War.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we had in Norway, we had been without bananas for 5 years.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden, we got bananas.
Oh.
And this song was made for a show,
Yeah.
and it became so popular.
Uh-huh.
So everybody was walking around singing, "Når det kommer en båt med bananer."
Oh, you have the words right there. Can you translate maybe just the first couple of lines? You were doing that for me before, and it's the words are really very special.
Oh, I tell you, that's that might be very difficult for me, but okay, I'll try. Well, it's for many years. That means for 5 years. It had been really bad, you know, without smile and without singing. And, you know, we couldn't buy any shoes and we couldn't buy any hat. And, well, we could hardly get anything. And we was living on potatoes, air, and love.
Oh.
But so then comes the chorus, and it says, "But when the banana boat comes, then is everything forgotten."
Oh.
And then we are taking our flag and putting it all the way on top of the flagpole. Yes, and having a good time. And well, yeah,
It's a good song.
It's just about it.
I know that this song will never be the same.
But you see, it's so
Since you
funny.
were
It
sing-
became so popular. And I suppose it was because at that time, you know, people was dying to get bananas.
Yeah.
We hadn't had bananas for 5 years.
Well, by all means, let's get this banana boat song
Okay.
on the road. All right, Tom Risdal, and the name of the tune is?
Når det kommer en båt med bananer.
Nu i mange lange år har vi hatt så trange kår. Uten smil og uten sang, uten vegerklang. Ingen sko og ingen hatt, kort på ditt og kort på datt. Vi har levet på potet, luft og kjærlighet. Men når det kommer en båt med bananer, da har vi glemt alle sorger og sag. Og den kan komme langt før enn vi aner, og legge til i en ventende havn. Den vil vi hilse med flagg og med fane. Vi går og lengter hver dag i vår by, for når det kommer en båt med bananer, da blir det solskinn og sommer på ny. Vi har lite mer bensin, dårlig ør og brennevin. Pengene er byttet inn for prosent i svinn. Lite plass det har vi hatt, men til gjengjeld mere skatt. Dressen har for lite ull og for store hull. Men når det kommer en båt med bananer, da har vi glemt alle sorger og sag. Ja, den kan komme langt før enn vi aner, og legge til i en ventende havn. Den vil vi hilse med flagg og med fane. Vi går og lengter hver dag i vår by, for når det kommer en båt med bananer, da blir det solskinn og sommer på ny. Den vil vi hilse med flagg og med fane. Vi går og lengter hver dag i vår by, for når det kommer en båt med bananer, da blir det solskinn og sommer på ny.
A piece of Norway in the heart of Brooklyn. Treat yourself to a delicious home-cooked Scandinavian meal at the newly opened Nordic restaurant, located at 6925 3rd Avenue in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, just a few stores away from Nordic delicacies. Enjoy Norwegian meatballs, carbonata, lapskaus, fisker pudding, or the special of the day. Sip on a cocktail or an ice-cold Carlsberg beer, or stop in for a cup of coffee and rice cream dessert. Nordic Restaurant's hours are 11 a.m. until closing every day except Monday. Shop at Nordic Delicacies to take home some of your favorite Scandinavian items. Then relax for lunch or dinner at Nordic Restaurant. And when you do, be sure to mention that you heard about it right here on Scandinavian Echoes. For terrific ski equipment and all types of sports clothing, check out the large and beautiful selection at the Scandinavian Ski and Sports Shop in Manhattan, located at 40 West 57th Street. Stop in or call at 212-757-8524, or the toll-free number out of New York State only, which is 1-800-SCAN-SKI. Ask for their free catalog. Whatever your favorite sport, Scandinavian Ski and Sports Shop has what you need. Stop in soon and tell Boo Valine that you heard about it right here on Scandinavian Echoes. That's the Scandinavian Ski and Sports Shop on 57th Street between 5th and 6th Avenues in New York City.
The 55th Annual Sweden Day Festival will be held on Sunday, June 25th at a new location, the Mannheim Club, 658 Clarence Avenue in Throgsneck, the only Scandinavian beach club. Beginning with Elva Cafe, there'll be lots of boutiques for shopping, real Swedish food, dancing around the midsummer pole, folk dancing, folk music, the Miss Sweden Day contest, scholarships, dancing in the evening to R.D. Carlson's band, special guests Mester Olafskören, a 30-member choir from Stockholm, and honoring the 1995 Sweden Day Man of the Year, Ambassador Franklin Forsberg, at the main program beginning at 3 p.m. Donation at the gate is $5 per person, children 14 and under free. There'll be children's activities and non-stop Swedish fun. Easy access by public transportation. The exit off I-95 is Lafayette Avenue. Then drive down to the water to Clarence Avenue. Come to Sweden Day, Sunday, June 25th. For more information, call 516-868-7290 or call direct to the Mannheim Club, area code 718-822-8965. Again, the number for Sweden Day, 718-822-8965. And welcome to Sweden Day. I'd like to wrap up this show by saying Happy Confirmation Day to my daughter Nicole. Happy birthday to Grandma Ellie, 91 years old on June 6th. Happy birthday to Fritz on June 7th. Happy birthday to Eric on June 8th. That's my nephews. And a happy birthday to Chad, who was 16 years old last June 4th. And he has requested the samba medley by his poppies, Walter Eriksson and Hasi Telemar. And while that is playing in the background, I'd like to say thanks so much, Tom Risdal, for being here on this show today.
Thank you to you, Jeannie, and you, Randy. It's been my pleasure to be on your program here today, and I wish you luck and see you again.
See you in Ronsetter.
That's right.
Next month.
Okay.
And I'd like to say thanks to my engineer, Randy, and thanks to you for listening. Tune in again next week, Saturday at 1 p.m. on WTHE 1520 AM, and Sunday at 7 p.m. on WVNJ 1160 AM. And please let us hear from you, and please patronize our sponsors, as it is they who make this program possible. This is Jeanne Widman saying, Hej så länge.